Now, people don't take enough iodine. There's a lot of misinformation on the internet saying how, don't take too much iodine, be worried about taking too much iodine. But, back before they had iodine drugs, people took high-dose iodine. That's how they helped thyroid issues. I mean, is it coincidental that they started saying don't take iodine when the drugs started coming out? Follow the money is all I can say. So people used to take, like 50 milligrams of iodine, 25 to 50 milligrams, and it was a special kind of iodine. It was part iodine and potassium iodide. And that type of iodine has been around for like over 100 years. That is food for your thyroid. I usually dose iodine by how much it takes for you to not be so cold anymore, how much iodine it takes for you not to lose your hair. If you're losing hair, if your hands and feet are cold, you need iodine. With kelp, I do not like for iodine because there's a lot of metal in the ocean. You can use iodine to take out metals. So things like kelp in the ocean is going to suck the metal out of the ocean, then you eat the kelp, and then you get it. So unless you get the kelp from a very, very, very good source, so that's why I like straight iodine. But iodine does so many other things. Now, one of the things it does is it helps to spark your metabolism. But the biggest place that your body uses iodine is your breasts. There's more iodine in your breasts than in your thyroid. And there's receptor sites in every cell for iodine, and there's a ton of them in the breast. Now, in those receptor sites for iodine, all sorts of carcinogens also fit very well, such as metals and bromides and fluoride and things that are known carcinogens. So if you have enough iodine in those things, it makes it more difficult for those other things to get in. It makes it difficult for carcinogens and toxins and things to get in. I would take it whether I have symptoms, whether I don't. But from the standpoint of weight loss, it is one of those things that helps to move along your thyroid. I'm just saying, do not simply think that if my thyroid test is good, I'm okay. Now, thyroids can have other issues. Sometimes thyroids could be more like toxic, and they need to be drained. There are formulas that help to drain and clear out toxins from the thyroid. And sometimes you have to rebuild the thyroid. So there's other products that help to rebuild the thyroid. I'm not going to go into every supplement, take this for this and this for that. I do want to talk about iodine because that's one of those things that I can't think of a person who really doesn't need that. Now, another thing that you're going to find that people don't know about from the standpoint of weight loss or just being healthy, there's a thing called an ileocecal valve, and that is where the small intestine meets the large intestine. Now, sometimes when people are doing cleanses or they're starting to go to more natural foods and they're eating more raw foods and cold foods and things like that, you have to be careful that you don't irritate this valve. Now, it's not like a food allergy or sensitivity. It's just that people who eat lots of nuts and seeds and salads and cold foods and raw foods, the food scrapes through the valve, and then what happens is it leaves the valve open, and that's the opening between the small intestine and the large intestine. Food naturally goes from the small intestine to the large intestine, so the large intestine is the waste. If that valve is open, then the waste seeps back in towards the small intestine. So you could think, getting bloating and things like that, you could imagine that, but what people don't realize is that it can give you any symptom. Some people have flu-like symptoms. I've seen people with breast pain, shoulder pain, hip problems, headaches, back pain. And it's just one of these things that is really, really, really common. I see it on so many people that I don't think you can fix almost any problem, including weight loss or just feeling better, without getting that ileocecal valve to shut properly. But I wanted to give you a better understanding of pH, a deeper understanding of thyroid, and I wanted to introduce you to this idea of the ileocecal valve. I guarantee you at least a third of you have that problem, probably more. And if you get those things starting to work better, you find that the rest of your people just feel better. That's where you start to feeling better. And feeling better, better metabolism, things start to work.